Yo, what's up, guys? We're going to find some bets for today. We're live. Yo, what's up, everyone? So we got absolutely fucking smoked yesterday. I'll put the sheet in the chat. That kind of breaks down every live stream play. What's up, guys? But we do have some decent looking plays on Underdog Fantasy. This is down to the last leg, so hopefully we can bounce back and it doesn't look this horrible for yesterday. But anyways, let's go through some plays. Oh, fuck. So look at this. Wow. So here we go. We got our first bet. Again, I follow a very data-driven approach. You never know which book is going to have the best value on a given day. And we got our first play for the Wizards game. So we had Jordan Poole on Friday in a lot of slips to go over 3.5 assists. He had 10. And we're riding it again today, so we can go ahead and we can go with it. So this will be our first pick from the live stream. I mean, about as good as it gets. No other book is even giving plus money, right? Or DraftKings has it plus 100. But I mean, all these other sports books have it like minus 123, minus 110. So again, like all this tool does, the OddsJam positive EV tool, it just kind of scans the market, points out value. And that'll be the first pick we go with. So let's try to find some bets. We have some games starting in like 15 minutes. So hopefully we can get some plays for those games and then kind of go on to the 3 p.m.s. So Fliff has a max bet size of 250. So I'm just hitting everything for 250. But anyways, let's go ahead. Let's just kind of pull this up. And that'll be our first bet. So we have Poole over 3.5 assists. Looks rock solid. And this bet's on Fliff. So, I mean, it's like, what are they doing? I mean, all these other books have this, minus 110. I mean, you can kind of look at the line movement charts, stuff like that. But regardless, seems like a pretty good play. Plus 115. None of these other books. You could even arbitrage bet it. I've discussed arbitrage betting and kind of, other live streams, stuff like that. But essentially, when two books get super out of sync, you can bet the over on one book, the under on a different book. So FanDuel only has minus 110 juice. So if you wanted to, what's up, guys? So if you wanted to, what you could do is you could bet Jordan Poole to go over 3.5 at plus 115 on Fliff, and then bet his under on FanDuel at minus 110. And it's not like a ton of money. I mean, you make $6 risk-free. You bet 280 on FanDuel or 281.55, but round down to 280. You bet 280 on the under on FanDuel, 250 on the over on Fliff. You make $6 risk-free. But regardless, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to ride the over since it seems like Fliff is the side that's clearly screwing up from the market. So what we can do is, let's kind of see what else do we have. So this play I already gave out on Twitter, so it's not going to be in the live stream tracker, but you can see like this was an arbitrage play, so I just arbitrage bet it. I mean, you're getting plus money on the over and the under. You're getting underdog prices. So what you could even do is just hit this on FanDuel, hit the over for 250, hit the under. Fliff only has a max bet size of 250. Hit the under on Fliff for 250, and if he goes under, you make 250 times 1.05, you make a little bit of profit, and then if he goes over, you'll be flat profit. But anyways, let's go ahead. Let's go on to Dabble, which is a book. It's a new DFS book that's actually had a lot of value. So what we can do is hopefully find some good plays on Dabble to kind of start out this live stream. So where do we want to start? Where should we start? I mean, PrizePicks also has some promos. You can see they have a 6 flex boost. When does this expire? So it looks like we have 9 hours to bet that. So we'll need some PrizePicks NFL plays. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's take a look at Dabble. So the first play we want to go with is Tyler Hero. So let's just go right here, right? And we want to go to the Heat game. Over 3.5 assists. So again, like, you can see here, Underdog Fantasy doesn't even have an assist line up for Tyler Hero. If we take a look at, you can see they don't have an assist line up for Hero on PrizePicks. They have one as like a demon. But long story short, the way that Dabble works is it's just like PrizePicks and Underdog. Is on PrizePicks, the general strategy is they give you the same payout if you take a player's over or his under. That's not the case for these demons and goblins, but in general, like you take Siakam to go over or under, you're getting the same payout regardless. So it's the same thing for Dabble. The only benefit of having more of these books is all these books have different lines. So you can see, you know, all these sports books, you know, market data points, all these books are taking bets, moving around lines based on where action's coming in. They all have Hero. They've ripped Hero to being a heavy favorite to go over, right? He's a big, big favorite to go over 3.5 assists. So that play seems rock solid, but there's some other plays that we need to go with as well. So let's just kind of refresh this and let's build some slips. So I'm limited on Dabble to $45 a slip. But, you know, what we want to do is just find 3 picks with an edge. You know, Dabble has thousands of lines up. We just want to zone in. So this plays for the game starting here in a sec. Dabble has, you know, thousands of lines up. So we just want to find the few plays with an edge. So here it's the same thing, right? Durin, over 25.5 PRAs. All the books have ripped him to being a huge favorite to go over. On Dabble, you take him to go over or under, you get the same payout regardless. So we want to take his over, right? His over is heavily favored, so that's the good play. That's what we want to be on. It doesn't really make sense to pair Cade Cunningham assists if we're already on, you know, one player to go over. So what we'll do is we just need a third pick on Dabble. Dabble has pretty good payouts for these 3-pick entries. You know, I've explained this before, but on PrizePicks, they only give you a 5x payout for 3-pick entries. On Underdog Fantasy, they give you a 6x payout, right? We're betting 100 to win 600, and hopefully these slips come through for us. We have some esports action starting in a sec from the previous live stream. But anyways, let's just lock this in because we don't have a ton of time. So we want Jalen over 25.5 PRAs. That looks solid. We want... did they bump the play on Hero? Where the fuck did the play go? Nope, it's still available, so I'm not sure what's going on. So let's just refresh this. And let's take a look. Or maybe they did get rid of it. I'm not sure what just happened. But anyways, let's just kind of go here. Let's refresh this, and let's see if we can build a nice little 3-pick entry. So we have our first play. We don't really want to take Cade. What we could do is take, I mean, there's another option. We could just take Jalen rebounds. A lot of times if a book is screwing up one line, they'll be screwing up another line as well. So if you look at Jalen's rebound line, Dabble has him at 11. All the other books, it looks like, have him at 11.5. Underdog, PrizePicks. FanDuel has his line at 11.5 with the over favored. So maybe what we do instead is we just take him over in rebounds. We're getting, you know, some value relative to the market. And then we can also take Cade over in assists. That seems pretty solid, right? If the game's not a blowout, you know, the Pistons fucking suck. But if the game isn't a blowout, most likely Cade will be in the game, you know, in the fourth quarter. Same thing with Jalen. So they're both more likely to go over. So maybe we got a little bit of positive correlation there. And then let's just refresh this. I mean, what happened to that play on Tyler Hero? Did the line move? But anyways, let's just kind of take a look. We don't have much time left, so we want to find one final pick we can go with. Ideally in a game, not the Magic game. So let's just see. We need a third pick to go with. So we need a third pick to go with. What do we want to go with? What do we want to go with? Bridges under 39.5 PRAs. Sure, why not? So what we can do is we can go to Bridges, and we can take him under 39.5 PRAs. So that's in the Hornets game. So this will be our third pick. So again, like, as a sports bettor, you're really like kind of like an investor. So here's the 3-pick entry we're going to go with, but I need to disconnect my phone to just bet it for a sec. And if you don't use Dabble, I included a link to sign up below. They don't have they don't have a great sign-up bonus, so you can see they only give me $45. But this can be the first play we go with from the live stream, and hopefully today's hot. So let's go back here, and then we want to go to Dabble. They only give you $45, but it's a 6x payout. 6x payout is plus 500 odds. So what we want to do, and this is live stream 7, and this is Sunday, February 4th. So what are we on? Okay, over 11 rebounds. Cunningham, over 6.5 assists, right? And then we have Bridges, under 39.5 PRAs. And again, I'll just put this little spreadsheet kind of tracking all the live stream plays. in the description. What's up, guys? I'm not on Adderall, and I am checking the chat. But here's the first play we can go with. Again, if you only use PrizePicks, sign up for more books, right? It's like the basic, you can see here, PrizePicks has Cade's line at 7. We're getting it at 6.5 on Dabble. Like, it may not seem like a big difference, but this shit, it really matters long term. But anyways, let's go back here. Where should we go to next? I'm not on Adderall. I am in the chat. I'm not on Adderall. Anyways, they pulled off Tyler Hero. But where should we go to? Where should we go to next? I mean, what do we want to take a look at? Paul George over 2.5 assists. That play seems a little bit decent. But anyways, maybe we take a look at PrizePicks. Is there any NFL value? Honestly, PrizePicks looks a little dry right now. Not super dry. I mean, there's some value, so we could make a PrizePicks play. Anyways, maybe we check out Underdog first. They had a promo earlier today. I gave it out on Twitter, so it won't be in this sheet. But hopefully, maybe if we're lucky, they'll run another promo. But doesn't look like they're running another promo right now. But what we can do is we can take a look at Underdog Fantasy. Let's try to build a nice little 3-pick. And then maybe we can go on to PrizePicks. Again, on PrizePicks, they have a payout boost, but it's NFL only. And they don't even have all their NFL lines up yet for the Super Bowl. So long story short, I don't know. We'll have to see if there's any value. But if you're just tuning into the live stream, we hit this play, Jordan Poole over 3.5 assists. That's our first play. And then this play we hit on Dabble. And again, like the more books you use, whoa. Oh, shit. So let's take a look at this. I mean, maybe we will start making a Super Bowl. I mean, I have no problem with already placing bets for the Super Bowl. Let's take a fucking look at the lines. Let's find some value. Let's fuck up these books. And hopefully today we make some money. So let's take a look right here. What do we want to look at? Man, the Super Bowl nobody wanted. Chiefs versus 49ers. I think lines have been literally, they haven't been moving that much. You can see the 49ers are slight favorites. Moving a little bit. Lines initially moved towards the Chiefs. Now they're kind of drifting back towards the 49ers. But anyways, you take a look here. Deebo Samuel, under 5 receptions, right? PrizePicks has his line at 4.5. All these other sportsbooks have his line at 4.5. You can see, like, there's hundreds of books, right? All these books have sophisticated models. They have really good data feeds. You're not going to outmodel the entire betting market. Like, so many people, when you start sports betting, it's like, oh, I'll just create a model that predicts the future. It's like, that's not how that works. All these books, they're taking bets, moving lines based on where action's coming in. Like, who knows? Maybe sharp bettors are like, the 49ers should be bigger favorites. They bet the 49ers. Lines move towards the 49ers. But anyways, let's build an underdog slip. And what we can do is our first play can be Deebo under 5 receptions. I love betting unders. I love being a hater all game long, but we still need to find some plays to pair. Because if you go through the math behind Underdog, which I won't bore you with, but I'll put a spreadsheet. We have some videos on the OddsJam YouTube, but if you're curious about the math behind Underdog Fantasy, go 49ers. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let's take a look. And let's find some lines to go with. So we have Deebo under 5 receptions, and then we just need to find some other plays to pair with it, right? And that spreadsheet I just put in the chat kind of breaks down why 3-pick entries are optimal on Underdog Fantasy. It really matters how many picks you're including in your entries. So, there's some esports line discrepancies, but you can see here there's only 2 books posting lines, Hot Streak and Underdog. So it's not really clear, like, okay, which book is screwing up from the rest of the market. You want to see more data points. You want to see more books all telling you the same thing. So if we take a look at this line, this is an esports line. And what's great about esports is there's just a ton of games. So more games means more surface area for the sports books to cover, means more opportunities for them to screw up. There's always like thousands of esports lines available, which is good for us. But anyways, we have this play on Deebo. But what we want to check out next is like you take a look here, right? You may not know anything about esports. This is just data, right? Markets are relatively efficient. You know, if all the sharp bettors are taking the over on PrizePicks, they'll bump his line from 29 to 29.5. Like, markets reflect information. So if you take a look here, you know, Underdog has his line too low relative to, you know, the other market data points. It's not like the NFL where you have literally hundreds of sports books posting lines. You know, in esports player props, it's a little more niche of a market. Not as many books are posting lines. They're not getting as much betting volume, but the same strategies still apply. You know, we want to find value. As a sports bettor, you're like an investor. You're like a fucking trader. You know, if you're betting him under 27.5 when you could go to PrizePicks and get him under 29, you know you're getting ripped off. And if you're getting ripped off, it's going to be hard to make money sports betting. But anyways, let's see what we have here. So let's go back here and let's take a look. So let's get rid of that for a second. So here's the arbitrage play I hit. So again, like what you could do is if you use FanDuel, you can see Bam's over is plus 102 on FanDuel. Like, you have a huge discrepancy. Fliff has his over at minus 165. FanDuel's at plus 102. That's a 67-cent difference. So imagine you just put 250 on each side. Bet the over for 250, the under for 250, right? Well, if he goes over, and I'm not saying to do this, you could just bet, you know, one of the plays, whichever play you think is off from the market, but his over, right? His over 3.5 is plus 102 on FanDuel. But anyways, we got to finish out our underdog slip, so let's not do this for a second. And then his under 3.5 is plus 105 on Fliff, and you could just bet these both for 250. But anyways, let's go here, and let's try to find an underdog fantasy play, which is exactly what I did. I arbitrage bet this. So if you actually just go here, I mean, on Pickett, you can see I bet his over for 250, or I bet his over for 255, his under for 250. But you could also just put 250 on each side. But anyways, what we need to do is we need to find this underdog slip. So this play actually looks a little bit better on Phelps. So again, like, we want to see bigger discrepancies is obviously better. You know, there's plays with smaller edge, there's plays with bigger edge. So this play actually looks a little bit better. Phelps, well, it looks like they removed him. They had him at 31.5. Now they bumped him up to 32. But anyways, let's just refresh this. Let's try to lock in a play. So we have Debo under 5 receptions, early Super Bowl bet. And what we need to do is we need to find some stuff to pair with that. So what we want to do is find some stuff to pair with that. So what is up with this line? Let's take a look. Hopefully we can find some good plays. We have a lot of NBA today. One game just started, and then we have, you know, a few more games starting in a bit. The Wizards game starts at 12:30, then a bunch of games start at 3. But anyways, we have Debo's under. Okay, cool. So what is going up here? So let's go to the Suns game. And again, like, a lot of people ask, like, why do good bets occur at certain times? So you can see FanDuel has his line. They have his under. Anyways, what was I trying to say? Is the market's always moving around due to lineup news, injury news, stuff like that. Like, all these books set their own odds, lines. So the market's super fragmented. The market's super, you know, inefficient, however you want to think about it. They're all setting their own lines. So essentially, you know, we're trying to find books. We're trying to find these good bets, these good value bets, which can occur at any time, right? All this stuff moves around markets. Giannis is probable. You know, if Giannis is out, Dame's points line has to move higher. Chris Middleton's points line probably has to move higher. All these players are going to be, you know, they'll probably take more of the scoring load with Giannis out. So all this stuff moves around, you know, markets, but all these books are setting their own lines. Oh, fuck. So this play on Phelps actually looks incredible. So we want to take him over 32. Okay, so let's take a look here. And then the final play we want to take is Nico's over 30. So let's lock this in quickly before the lines move. And underdog, not verifying location. But anyways, we have a nice little 3-pick entry. I'll put the link in the chat. Why can you not detect my location? anyways, let's see what we got here. Come on, take the fucking bet. There we go. They took the bet. Right, and this is a pretty nice play. What's up, guys? Here's the play. Is fading Trent good value? Honestly, I'm not sure. Probably. We have Debo under 5 receptions. We have Phelps over 32.0. And then we have this player over 30. And that's an underdog play. So underdog is the same, it's the same payout as Dabble. But again, like Dabble, they don't have esports. So none of these plays are available. So again, ideally you use as many of these books as possible. But obviously, like in the U.S., it's weird. All these, books are in different states. But this play on Phelps was incredible. Nope, we want to go to CS2. Underdog, we got him over 32. I mean, it's crazy. Like, imagine if Luka's points line was 32 on Underdog, and the rest of the market had him at, 38 or whatever it is, 34. Like, even if you only use Underdog, you still want to know where other books are setting their lines. It's a source of information, as you kind of like find value in the market, like 36.5, 33.5, 34. It's pretty clear over 32 was an absolute smash. But anyways, let's check out Dabble again. I mean, why not? So the most random bet of all time, we already locked in this live stream. But let's see, maybe we'll get lucky and there will be some good plays on, oh my God. So like, I mean, what the fuck? So this play looks solid on Dabble as well. I mean, if you just take a look right here. And again, like in this live stream, what have we already hit? We already hit this play on Dabble, 3-pick entry, 6x payout. We hit this play on Underdog Fantasy. And then we hit this play on Fliff. And all my bets are, tracked on Pickett. If the sportsbook is, aside from Dabble, and better. But anyways, here's the spreadsheet. I'll put it in the chat again. Just kind of the spreadsheet breaking down all bets. What up, guys? FanDuel slips. I already locked in pool on Fliff. So you can see it right here. Pool on Fliff plus 115. You need to show more of your screen. ParlayPlay, Dabble, Cook. Anyways, we'll see if there's any Dabble. Then maybe we can go over to ParlayPlay. Then we can go over to PrizePicks. So where do we want to start? I mean, if you take a look at Jordan Poole, right? Like, we're already on his over 3.5, but Dabble has his line at 3. All these other books have his line at 3.5. So this play is clearly a slam. And, it may not seem like a big deal. Who cares? 1 assist or 3 versus 3.5. What's the difference between half of an assist? But there's you can see right here, an 170-point swing in the odds for 1 assist. Minus 290 to minus 118. If you look at, FanDuel has these alternate markets. So long story short, we're getting over 3 on Dabble, which would kind of be the midpoint. So 290 plus 118, which would be like, minus 204 odds. So long story short, this play is incredible. And we just need to move quickly enough to lock it in. This fucking play is incredible. Jordan Poole over 3 assists. And again, I'm not saying it's a guaranteed win, but I mean, it's pretty clear, right? Like 3.5, like makes a big difference. So what we want to do is we want to find some plays to pair with it now. So let's go back here and let's just kind of refresh. In the second play we can go with, I mean, I'm already on it, but fuck it, we can include it again, is Paul George over 6.5 rebounds plus assists. So it's kind of weird. It doesn't look like DraftKings, Fliff, like some books don't have up a rebounds plus assist line, for Paul George yet. But if you look at the sports books that do, they have his over heavily favored, right? So if we just go to the Clippers game, so our Magic game just started. We need Cade over 6.5 assists, and we need Jalen over 11 rebounds. But what was I going to say? Is long story short is if we look at Paul George, rebounds plus assists, they have his line at 7.5 on FanDuel. But if you look at the alternate lines, they have his over heavily favored. Over 6.5 is minus 152 odds. So his over 6.5 is heavily favored. So that's a great play to go with. And this play on Jordan Poole is incredible. And I'm aware I already included this pick before, but I'm limited, so I don't really care. I'll include it again. Is Bridges under 39.5 PRAs. Because again, you need 3 picks. So this will be the 3-pick entry. Because again, you need 3 picks on Dabble, because that's the optimal slip type. And what we can do is we can lock it in. So you can see risk threshold reached. We're only going to give you whatever. And there we go. There we have it on Dabble. So that's another 3-pick on Dabble. And again, I have a link below just to sign up for Dabble. It's a solid book. Assists plus rebounds, PG. Paul George over 6.5 rebounds plus assists. And then we have Bridges under 39.5 PRA. So then we got another 3-pick on Dabble. So anyways, like again, now we're kind of, yeah, I get it. We're kind of overexposed to Jordan Poole, his over and assists. But I mean, over 3 is a slam. It's about as good as it gets. And Dabble has the same payouts as Underdog. So the spreadsheet I kind of shared, breaks down, kind of breaks it down. So again, like this play, you could arbitrage bet. Bam, over under 3.5 if you use FanDuel, right? FanDuel has his over at plus 102. On Fliff, they have his under at plus 105, so you're getting plus money. So just imagine you throw 250 on each side, right? What you can do is you can kind of see your profit. So if he goes under on Fliff, you'll win 250 times 1.05, and then you'll lose, So this is Fliff, this is FanDuel. So if he goes under, you're going to win 263 on Fliff. You bet 250 at plus 105 odds, right? So you're going to win, 512.50. But long story short, like you're getting plus money on both the over and the under. One bet will always win, one bet will always lose. But, no matter what happens, you'll see you're making a profit of $5 or $13 if he goes over or under. So that's arbitrage, which is exactly what I did for that BAM play, which wasn't from the live stream, but it looks like it's still available, which is a little crazy. But anyways, I say this, all the time, but in these live streams, I try to focus on the main books. Fliff, the sports books that are legal in the most possible states, but there are, soccer's actually been my best sport on FanDuel. They have a lot of good soccer value. So you can see this play, you're getting plus 100. All the other books have the over favored, so we're getting an underdog price plus 100 on a favored outcome. So plus 100 is just like flipping a coin with a friend for $100. You win, you get 100. You lose 100. But in this case, the coin is weighted in our favor, right? All the other sports books, market data points, have Central Coast favored to go over 1.5 team total, and you're getting it at plus 100. So it's literally like finding a coin that's weighted in your favor, 53% to show up on heads, and flipping it with a friend for $100. But anyways, what we can do is we can see if there's anything more on Dabble, and then we can go over to like ParlayPlay, PrizePicks, who knows. We'll kind of see what else is out there. So let's go back here, and let's refresh this. So now this arbitrage play is even better, plus 104, plus 105. So again, if you use FanDuel, if you use Fliff, in this case, your profit on FanDuel would be times 1.04, 260. So you bet the over and the under for 250. You make a risk-free $10 no matter what. Anyways, let's see if we can find anything else on Dabble, because this Jordan Poole play is incredible. But the issue is, we need some things to pair it with, because you can't bet straight bets on Dabble. You need at least, 2 picks, but the optimal slip type is 3 picks. So there's a good tennis play that just kind of popped up. Oh, fuck, man. We're already going to be locking in football bets. So let's go here. And let's go to football. So again, it's like, it's the same strategy for betting on any of these sports. They give you the same payout if you take a player's over or his under. So Jennings, he's heavily favored to go under, under 1.5 receptions. You can kind of follow the market. Who knows why this is occurring? Maybe the coach said, I don't know. But you can see, long story short, like, he's a big favorite to go under. So this is another solid play we can kind of lock in. And, we now have a few different slips with Jordan Poole, but hey, that's just kind of how it is. That's what's nice about Dabble, is they only limit me to $45 a slip, but you can just include the same play in a couple different slips. So we have Jennings under 1.5 receptions. And again, like, usually I don't bet on things that are a week away, but, it's the Super Bowl, so who cares? So what I can do is I can put this in the chat. Wait, is this about gambling? Yeah, this is about gambling. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, Poole cash for us on Friday, so hopefully he does it again. But anyways, let's see what we got. And I'm aware it is 3 slips already with Bridges, but in this live stream. But again, like, if they limit you to $45 and then you can only bet $45 per slip, but then you can just slightly change the slip and you can get down more action, like, that's not a bad deal. So you can see some NFL plays are popping up, and we do have a PrizePicks promo that expires in 8 hours. A 6 flex NFL boost, so we'll have to find something for that. But maybe the first thing we should do is, so let's go here, and let's take a look at, maybe we'll go back to Underdog. Maybe there's some plays on Underdog. Take a look. So we can pull up Underdog, and hopefully, we can find some more plays to go with. I mean, there's some esports line discrepancies, nothing really for the NBA. So, like, here's that play on Vinny we already discussed. We already locked in an Underdog slip, but, if there's more good bets in the day, that's even better. So if we check this out, this play on Vinny, Underdog has his line at 27.5. All these other books, 29, 29.5. That play seems decent, but nothing like incredible. So maybe we just kind of hold off on Underdog for now. But what we can do is check out ParlayPlay next, then maybe PrizePicks. So let's go here to ParlayPlay. What's nice about ParlayPlay is they have the same payouts as PrizePicks for 6-pick entries for 6 flex. They give you an $100 deposit match. You put in $100, you get $100 for free. And what's really nice about them is they have a promo every day where you can, like, bump a line in your favor. So Tyus Jones, you can take him, over or under. So if you want to take his over, you can bump him to 23.5. His normal line is 24.5, but you can get a couple extra points of value. So let's see what's available. And maybe we'll use the slide the line promo, maybe we won't. But the first play OddsJam is recommending is Siakam. Points plus rebounds plus assists. So let's kind of take a look at this. Let's take a look at Siakam. And let's see what's going on here. So again, and did they already bump it? Fuck, they already bumped it. So it was 34.5. Now it's down to 33.5. So again, that's what's tough about these books is they bump the good lines quickly. Anyways, we got a couple plays on Dabble, so that's nice. And then we have this on Fliff, so some plays for the early game. And then we also have some plays on Underdog. And we also have some good-looking slips, which hopefully hit. Damn. Anyways, let's take a look. So where do we want to go to? Okay, we're on ParlayPlay. Let's refresh this because the Siakam line, it's already down to 33.5. So let's see what kind of shows up. Maybe we'll get lucky. There will be some good bets on Fliff as well. I mean, that's an early Super Bowl bet as well. Debo over 2.5 rushing attempts. Minus 105 on Fliff, but I'm going to skip it over for now. We can see if there's any other promos too. So here we go. So they do have a promo, at least it looked like. $10 limit. So they do have a discount, I think. So we may have to find something on better. They have Christian McCaffrey. I mean, that's a kind of shitty discount. 17% off longest rush. Maybe if we can find some good plays, we'll hit something on better, but that's not crazy. Anyways, let's take a look. So let's just refresh this. Let's refresh this. And then let's build a ParlayPlay slip. And maybe we'll use the discount. Maybe we won't. Again, you can... The added benefit of this book is you can like create your own Taco Tuesday every day. You can just bump a line in your favor. It's only for a max of $20, but I mean, you know, it's worth doing. So let's take a look here. Let's see if this is still available. Hopefully they haven't adjusted it. We have Sexton over 20, and they already adjusted it to 29.5 PRAs. So are we just going to miss all of these? Let's take a look at this. Tyus Jones, under 11.5 rebounds plus assists. You can see here all the books have the under favored. That play seems decent. Let's go back here, and then we want to take him over 34.5 PRAs. And maybe we'll find a line that we can ideally bump in our favor for a nice little ParlayPlay slip. So let's take a look. Kawhi under 26.5 points. So what I need to do I have all the books selected? So we have Dabble, we have ParlayPlay, okay. Anyways, not as much value as I was hoping for on ParlayPlay. Kawhi under 26.5. So yeah, I mean, the issue is on ParlayPlay, they give you really shitty payouts for these 3-pick entries. They only give you a 5x payout. Again, Underdog Fantasy, we're getting a 6x payout. So it's harder to find 6 good picks and make a 6-pick entry, obviously, as opposed to 3 picks, which is why sometimes it's just harder to get down a slip quickly on ParlayPlay. But anyways, let's hopefully... Maybe there will be some more value later. So we can save off on our daily discount. So again, like what I oftentimes will do is Tyus Jones, we already like the under 11.5 rebounds plus assists, is you can just bump it and get the under 12. But there's just not a ton of good plays to pair right now, so we'll skip that over. And maybe we'll go to PrizePicks. So Underdog, the board is pretty dry. Let's check out Better. Wow, board is really dry. All red. Again, that's the benefit of having multiple books. Sometimes there's just not a lot of shit available. So there are some decent plays. I mean... There are some decent plays, maybe on PrizePicks. Tomo I mean, I feel like we already have a play on this guy. So we do. We already have Tomo over 2.5. It's recommending we take his over 3. So, I mean, that, you know, I'm not going to take his over 3. I'm already on his over 2.5. First map kills over 3. That's what it's recommending, but we already have his over 2.5 and a slip, so it just feels, you know, stupid to take him again. First map player kills. And again, sometimes it's the random markets that have the good plays with an edge. Like, a lot of people think, oh, NFL is the best sport to bet on. No, not at all. I mean, first of all, there's only NFL a couple days of the week, right? I mean, Thursday, there's one game. Monday, there's one game. And then there's a bunch of games on Sunday. There's not as many games, right? NBA is probably a lot better just because of the amount of games. Every single day, you have so many games. So there's a lot of opportunities to make money. Whereas in football, like, usually the board is pretty dry until game day, or maybe an occasional play here and there, but nothing crazy. But anyways, PrizePicks is dry. Underdog Fantasy is pretty dry. ParlayPlay seemed pretty dry, which is beat, because I would have liked to make a ParlayPlay slip and include their little daily promo, but that's not going to happen. And then Dabble, you know, this play on Jordan Poole is really good, but other than that, I mean, But other than that, I mean, the board is pretty dry. So what can we do? I mean, you know, Brandon Miller, under 6, first quarter total points. That play seems halfway decent at least. You can see here, it's like all the other books. We want to see where do they have their line. They all have Brandon Miller at 5.5. If Brandon Miller has 3 buckets and he's gone under, you know, he's gone under 5.5, 4 out of the past 5 games. Again, I always say, like, these, you know, this historical data, it's baked into the market. Who knows? Maybe some players are out for the Hornets. Brandon Miller's expected to get more playing time, or the coach said he's going to, you know, whatever, play more in the first quarter. Who knows? But you can see all the other books have his line at 5.5. So that play seems decent. But the issue is we just need things to pair with it. So what we can do is we can go here. And is there anything decent that we want to go with? Because this play on Jordan Poole is really good. You know, we'll hold off for now. Nothing crazy. Yeah, so I mean, in general, the board's pretty dry. Aside from the plays we already locked in. So I'll call this live stream a day for now. I'll call it a day for now. If there's more value in a bit after I eat, you know, maybe we'll do another live stream, but a little bit dry. So anyways, thanks so much for your time. Good luck if you tailed any of these plays. Hopefully our bets win. And feel free to, I'm not coked out. And feel free to email me with any questions, anything like that. Again, there's a ton of sports books. I just try to focus on the main ones in these live streams. You know, you can see there's good bets on Bovada. There's always good bets on Bovada. There's good bets on Hot Streak. There's, you know, well, what we could do. So the Wizards game already started, so we're not even going to be able to get that play on Jordan Poole anyways. But anyways, what was I going to say? Is ideally use as many of these books as possible, like Bet365, FanDuel, Bovada, like all these books, there could be profitable bets. There could be plays with an edge. We just need to find it. So anyways, let's see. I mean, I wanted to build this PrizePicks 6 flex, but let's take a look. So maybe we pull up. Is there really not enough value to make a ParlayPlay slip? Let's see. So here we have ParlayPlay back. Yeah, board's pretty dry. So anyways, it's a little dry for now. I'll be back live streaming later today. Thanks so much for your time.